It's summertime and everybody's thinking about getting out in the woods and hunting this fall. We're going to talk about Slick Trick broadheads today. Slick Trick's known for its fixed head designs with the X cut and the 4-blade design. Last year they came out with an awesome broadhead called the Raptor Trick, the first mechanical ever in the line, and it was super successful. But today we're going to talk about the Viper Trick SS, and this broadhead right here flies like a dart. The Viper Trick SS has an 1 1/16 cutting diameter with a 7/8 bleeder blade with a total cutting surface of 1 15/16. With the cut-on contact design from the Viper Trick SS from Slick Trick broadheads, it doesn't matter if you're shooting a low poundage compound bow or a 70-80 pound compound bow. For all that matters, even a crossbow, the Viper Trick SS will perform for anyone. A few things that I really like about the Slick Trick Viper Trick SS is it's all stainless steel. So you don't have to worry about the broadhead pitting. If it can get wet, moisture can run, and it's never going to rust or pit on you. Another thing is the ferrule design. The ferrule design on the Viper Trick and the Viper Trick SS, it's by far superior than any other fixed blade on the market. The sleek ferrule design, super skinny, means it's low, very low resistance on impact. And what that means is your arrow's not slowing down as it enters an animal. You can find the Slick Trick Viper Trick right here on Amazon.
The DK4 by NAP represents the next level of broadheads, providing you with fixed and mechanical blade technology in one devastating head. Available in both crossbow and compound models, the DK4 features a pivoting main blade which eliminates deflection off bone and maintains momentum, while delivering true field point accuracy, as well as 2 deploying bleeder blades for an 1 1/4 secondary cutting diameter, equating to devastating wound channels. And with an internal blade retention system, there are no O-rings, collars, or rubber bands, just the confidence knowing that the blades will open on impact no matter your target. Featuring a bone-crushing trophy tip and diamized blade sharpening process for true ultra-sharp blades. The DK4 Broadhead from NAP. Hunt with confidence.
Kiefer here. We want to talk to you about Ramcat and why we made the switch.
Yeah, Ramcat broadheads. We're shooting them in the fall. Super excited to head out there. It's basically been a year-long process of us doing independent testing on broadheads to find the next broadhead that we could put our trust behind to go out there in the field and use every single day.
Well, I think that's just it. And for us, what we found was that the technology that's built into a Ramcat allows it to do some things that no other broadhead can do.
Yeah, that's right. Let's talk a little bit about the technology. You know, first off, Ramcat makes a variation of broadheads. This happens to be the original with a deep 6. Yep. They make original that aren't deep 6. They've got Diamondback. They've got a lot of different broadheads. But in this particular broadhead right here, Ramcat has the airfoil technology at the front of the ferrule. So when you look at that ferrule, you're going to see these concave scoops at the front of the ferrule. What that is designed to do is to create an airfoil. It kicks the air out and away from the arrow shaft, stabilizing the air, which is going to give you maximum accuracy.
Yes.
And it proved it in the accuracy testing.
Oh, absolutely. And then you want to talk about something else that's really cool is the back cut technology. So the back cut technology is the back of the blades are sharp. When the broadhead goes through and opens up that wound channel, if it does happen to get stuck on the other side, it's going to just work its way and it's cutting everything along the way.
Yep.
Now we've done some independent testing, as Casey's mentioned. We've shot it into ballistic gel.
Yep.
Right. We actually fired a 9mm into ballistic gel, and a Ramcat 100 grain original went all the way through, and the 9mm bullet did not.
Yeah, we did a lot of comparison testing, especially across the line of Ramcat broadheads, and all of them perform incredibly well. So I'm super excited to hit the field this fall with these things. I can't wait to really put them to the test on animals and see what they do. Hits like a ram, cuts like a cat, and that right there is why we made the switch.
This is the brutality test. Exodus versus steel. 6 times through pass or fail. We built the Exodus from the ground up with proprietary steel. 100% American made, 100% made to perform. Sure, we could have beat the competition by stopping at 2 shots, but we don't settle, and neither should you. Every batch must pass the test or it never sees the shelf. Need more proof? You break it, we'll replace it. Must bones, not blades. The Exodus by Quality Archery Design.
So you want to know what it's like to flip the same light switch for 40 years? To design, cut, build, and assemble millions of broadheads. Pink ones, silver ones, ones that open with ball bearings, and others that just cut like hell. So you want to know what it's like to wear a blue collar and grow a manly beard, to work on machines that get oil on your shirt and grit in your fingernails, to work on machines that spit out product with the precision of Hemingway's words. So you want to know what it's like to be made in America? So you want to know what it's like to push old buttons, to shovel snow during your lunch break, and to sweat over a product people love and trust. So you want to know what it's like to ship the beginning of someone's story, to be the place where it all started, to be the place that they trust. So you want to know what it's like to be made in Connecticut, where it's cold, creaky and old, where the sounds would make our forefathers proud and our enemies jealous. Here, people care and have a first name. Here, it's about products that matter and machines that we know how to fix. Here, it's oil and dirt and noises that fill your soul like music from a hymn. So you want to know what it's like to be built by America? So you want to know what it's like to build with your hands, to craft with your mind, and to reminisce with your soul. So you want to know what it's like to make the old new, to teach the young how to walk in the path of the old, and show someone the heritage that we have all grown to love. And that's what it's like to be built by America.
Buddy Mike here with G5 Outdoors. It's a beautiful day here in Michigan. We've had a few inquiries and some questions related to counterfeit broadheads. What we have here are 3 different broadheads. One of them is an original and the other 2 are counterfeits. Now what we run into with counterfeits, a lot of durability and quality issues. We've got 2 different tests here to show you guys. First of all is going to be a spin test. First broadhead that we're going to spin test is our standard Montec. This is our 100 grain. This is actually our Crossbow design. Okay. Simply going to open this up, take one out of the package, and throw one on the spin tester. Now this is nothing crazy here. Just a regular old simple spin tester here. We've got this up against a block of wood just so we can see how big our circle may be with that point. And as you can see here guys, this broadhead does not deviate from center while we're spinning it. Absolutely no wobble in this Montec. Our second broadhead is our first of our 2 counterfeits. These folks actually did a decent job of trying to duplicate the packaging as well. So guys, a real big giveaway when looking at or shopping for broadheads, quite frankly, is the price. If you find a full pack of broadheads, 3, sometimes 6, for $4, $5, $6, $10 to include shipping, I would be very leery. You probably are getting what you're paying for. So we'll grab a couple of these and see how these ones spin. So same arrow, brand new broadhead, Montec look-alike, and we're gonna spin this one here. And as you can see, in fact, this arrow actually, as we're driving into the wood, is pulling the arrow off of the spinner. The tip of the broadhead is pulling the arrow off of the spinner because it's wobbling so much. And if we back up, we can definitely see a whole lot of twist going on here that is not lined up and not centered. So there's our first counterfeit broadhead. Our second that we're going to look at is a package of 6. We don't sell a package of 6, so there's also a giveaway for you. Alrighty, grabbing one of these here. Again, same arrow. We're going to throw this one on the spin tester and see what we've got. Again, a whole lot of wobble in this one. If we're carving a little bit of a circle into the wood, we're carving something about the size of a pea, maybe a 1/4 of an inch circle here, and a whole lot of wobble in this. We're spin testing these guys as a preliminary to actually shooting the arrow or shooting our bow. I would be very, very scared to shoot this broadhead. I have no idea where this is going to go. Added surface area on the front end of an arrow is going to make that arrow do different things to begin with. And with this not being straight or lined up, we'll be lucky to hit the target, hit the animal. We're going to move on and show you guys a little bit of the guillotine here and
With new archery products, today I am taking the new DK4 for a long distance test run. Yes indeed, this is the most devastating broadhead NAP has ever come out with. What makes it so devastating? Well, it's pretty simple. We start off with a fixed blade configuration, right? Everybody knows fail-safe, foolproof. Then we added these little charmers here. That's right, these are the tried and true, 27 years on the market, Spitfire bleeder blades. This design is different from everybody else. It does for two reasons. One, the fixed blade and the Spitfire deploy at the same time. So it's not a fixed blade cutting through and then you hope the mechanicals will work. This all hits at once. The second part, which I love the best, is the impact responsive blade system. This blade, it's not gonna come loose in your quiver, it's not gonna come loose in your stocking. With a whole bunch of force, if it impacts the side of a shoulder bone, is going to fold over and kick that cut to the other side. So what you are getting there is an arrow that continues on the path you intended it to. All right, so it's going to take kind of the path of least resistance rather than deflection. So let's give it a ride down 60 yards and see how it does. Ring. Oh! All right, let's go take a look at this. My battery's going dead, so we gotta do this fast. Not really, really tight, I'm noticing, but I tell you what, with that new impact blade, responsive blade system, I would take any of those shots in a heartbeat. All right, it's not the tightest group I've shot, but as you can see, I've got two 10s and an 8 right there, and that's at 60 yards. The DK4 is unbelievable. Now I'm gonna show you the bladder test where it really proves its devastation.